Just call me Miguel. That's it. Yeah, that's
okay.
That's good.
Good afternoon. This is our final project for international negotiation, and I'm here with Miguel de la Mora. He is the person that's going to be helping us out. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Miguel?
So yeah, my name is Miguel de la Mora. I work and I have ownership in the Mexican company based in Monterrey, Mexico, called Lumina Software. It's an IT company related. And as well, we have this branch in the U.S. Based in Austin, Texas. So during all these years, I've been playing several roles in the organization, from project manager to financial director to data architect. So right now I'm in charge of any sales in the U.S. branch that we have. So that's pretty much the thing that I've been doing all these years. All right.
That is quite a resume. So how long have you been with the company? Just that's another question.
So the company, it's been around for more than 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time in Mexico. The last 8 years in US as well. So yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and dive straight into the questions. The first one is, what would you consider to be the best way to maintain the business with clients for a long time in international negotiation management? How do you keep a client for a long period of time?
Right. That's kind of our specialty, by the way. Let me tell you that. So Lumina distinguished itself to by keeping long-term clients. We've been working with our oldest client. It has probably more than 20 years. All right.
Oh wow.
So what's the way of doing this? Well, that's a very general question, but what I would say, the most important thing to maintain healthy business relationship with our clients is just keep talking with the truth. It doesn't matter if it plays against you or not. All right, just keep talking with the truth. It doesn't matter if the truth gives a conflicts to the relationship. Conflicts are always gonna be there. All right, sooner or later. The way to maintain healthy those business relationships, is just to react in a good way, react to solve those conflicts. All right.
So, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a follow-up question to that. Would you say that avoiding conflicts is an important part of it? Is a key of maintaining the relationship? Or would you consider it to be something that you shouldn't avoid the conflict necessarily?
Right. So instead of avoiding conflicts, I would say, the conflicts always are going to be there. If imagine this, right? So we're talking about a 20 years relationship with the client. So it would be hard to think that during all those years you wouldn't have any conflicts with it. Of course you do. Of course you did, and you will. All right. So it's not it's not trying to avoid them. It's trying to fix them, correct them as the client expects us to do it. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, correct. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The next question would be, what are some cultural and communication barriers that you've encountered, and how do you overcome them? Do you have any key strategies to overcome communication cultural barriers, particularly with the US in this case?
Well, yeah, in matter of fact, yes. At the beginning, we had a lot of conflicts and barriers with our business partners in the US. It was hard. It was hard still, but not as the beginning. Uh, I mean, there's no formula. The thing is that you have to. I mean, you have to try to put their shoes on, all right, on you, and try to think as they do. We have pretty cultural, a lot of cultural differences, but at the same time, they, especially in Texas, where our main, our main uh, amount of business is, which is in Austin. We at the same time we have a lot of similarities, all right? So so when you try to do negotiations with them, you you get you try to use those common things that you have, right, between each other. You need to I mean, you have to learn what to use and what not to use, all right, and try to find those common things, all right. So I think the the communication and cultural barriers are going to be there always, but in our case, we've learned a lot during this last 5 years, and I mean, you just need to learn the curve, to pass the curve and learn and take advantage of anything that can happen in those negotiation periods, right? So yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much it. Not sure if I responded to your
Yeah,
question,
yeah,
but I hope.
yeah. To find common ground with your counterpart in the
Right,
U.S., and
right,
that way you
correct,
can overcome the cultural and communication barriers.
correct.
Yeah. Uh, why would you say that it's difficult to receive negative feedback from counterparts in different foreign countries? Or if you have any examples of it being a little hard just to receive that negative feedback?
At the beginning, it was difficult for us because probably in Mexico we're not that used to it. I mean, to receive negative feedback, right? Uh, so our first negotiation and talks and everything, when I mean they are pretty straight. I mean they're cold, pretty straight people when they talk, right?
Of course.
So so they don't. We think they don't mean harm when they say when they go to you with a negative feedback. But most of the time at the beginning, we took it personal a few
Of course.
times. So that was that was hard for us to take on, right? So, but that's that's what I was saying. I mean, you learn from one conversation to another, and you learn that, I mean, it's not personal. It's
Of
just the
course.
way they are.
Yeah.
So at the beginning it was hard. Now I think we kind of are used to it. A specific example, for example, at the beginning, we used to uh, have some people working for them, our consultants working for them, and just all of a sudden they just said, "Hey, I need a cutoff in the rates, right? Because I'm if I don't get that cut, I'm gonna go to India and get some new consultants from there. They are cheaper, they're better, and blah blah blah." No.
Mm-hmm.
So so that was that was just a case that is ringing my bell. So those kind of situations happened, all right? And so yeah, but once again, it's not personal, it's just business.
Of
Right?
course.
I mean, I mean, there's people involved. We don't, I mean, we always knew that, all right?
Hmm.
So they are, I mean, we're talking about people. So for us, sometimes gets too personal. For them, it's just business. So that's one thing that I mean, we see it differently. All right.
Of course, yeah.
So, but yeah,
It's a
that's
it's
one of
different culturally. They're
it
just
is
cold-blooded. For them, it's just business, and here we might take it a little more personally when we receive the negative feedback. Yeah,
correct.
I
Right.
understand that.
Right.
Could you describe to us some kind of problems that have come up during international business negotiations? For example, you were saying, as you said before, that it was harder because they didn't take it personally. For them, it was just business. Do you have any other examples besides this one? Any other problem that have arrived?
Mm, I mean, nothing is coming to my mind right now. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh, I mean, it's been a long relationship with the same person. I mean, with the same team up there in the U.S. But
Any
uh,
conflict of interest, any situations where people over on our side took it too personally, or that, for example, you were saying before that they were threatening to change you for consultants in India. Any other of those kind of problems that you've had or you've
uh,
experienced?
well, not exactly with that case about India and yeah. Uh, Other things that it's been happening a while, and once again we're learning
Hmm.
from that. It's that for them, I mean, leaving uh, open topics,
Hmm.
all right? It's it's hard for them to take it on. For us, it's kind of a natural, just not to solve everything right now, all right? I mean, for them, I mean, they want to solve it and take a decision right now of a certain topic, whatever topic.
Yeah.
For us, I mean, we can live with those topic
Hmm.
not resolved, right? And we usually take more time to close topics and make decisions, right? For them, it has to be faster. It has to be quicker,
Yeah.
right? So they sometimes they cannot handle that kind of situations, and so uh, we we noted that, and now in the conversations, negotiations, we try not to leave things open and just take a decision right there. This is closed. Move on, right?
Okay.
Mm, Not sure if I
Yeah,
answered the
yeah, no.
question, but yeah.
So one of the problems that you faced, at least with this particular client, was that as many Americans that they like to have the solution immediately. They cannot stand to leave things out in the open or to leave things unresolved. They needed something now. at that moment. And over here in Mexico, we're a little bit more used to like, okay, we have that problem, but you know what? Let's schedule it for later and focus on this other one.
Correct. For this particular relationship that that the one that I'm talking about, it's that way. Not sure if it's for each and every client that that we might have there, but yeah, with this particular one, yeah, it is like that.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever had an unsuccessful negotiation that at the end your company and another client, be it this one or any other that you've experienced it with, that things just didn't work out, that you couldn't reach an agreement to the negotiations?
Oh yeah, a lot of cases like that during all these years, and mainly because I mean, quite a few of them because I mean, just obviously money.
Naturally.
So this is the thing for our particular business, which is, I mean, we're talking about developers, right?
Yes.
There's a huge market outside of developers in several countries, not only Mexico, but now
No.
not only India. India was the first one. I mean, that's a huge market there. But now some of the East Europe countries are doing well, very good in that business. So our advantage here in Mexico is that we have more cultural affinity with the US. We have the same time zone, right? And in our case, in a particular case, we are close enough just to take a flight right now, and tomorrow I'll be in your office, all right?
Yeah.
If I need to, all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't happen that way with the Indian developers or European developers, right? So our service is kind of a different, all right? We do the same thing, but under different conditions, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I mean, the payroll, the salaries are different, right? So we cannot compare a guy from India that it's one in 100,000 available, and here in Mexico that probably we were talking about the one in 5,000. So we're not cheap, right?
Naturally.
So so they were trying to compare between countries, and that's not possible, right? Because each country has different characteristics and the situations, and they were trying to, let's put it this way, try to pay exactly the same thing in India, Eastern Europe, and Mexico. And it's not possible, right? So we
No.
need
No.
to
No. No.
rate. We need to rate under our own situations and conditions on the country, right? So that was hard for them to understand at the beginning, and it's been but in quite a few times they didn't go for our option, and they went with someone else, right? So
A
that's
cheaper option, if you will.
a cheaper option, yes, but with different conditions, right?
Naturally.
Probably not in the same time zone and everything. Not
Mm-hmm.
not not to be able to travel or to put an on-site team, right? Uh, as easy as we can do it, right? So yeah, a lot of negotiations didn't go well, but
Have you guys learned from that type of experience as a company? What have you taken, or what have you improved on in your negotiations? As you said, like the rates. Do you help them understand a little bit better on why you guys, did you guys as a company decide to ask for a bit more money than they would? Has that helped you at all? What have you learned from the unsuccessful negotiations?
Well, we've learned that we can always offer better rates if we talk about long-term contracts, right?
Mhm.
So we have different mechanisms to offer and try to get uh, let's put it this way, cheaper, right? But I mean, but on on the other hand, right? I would say, all right, I wanna charge you this rate, but I want you to I mean, uh, I want a 2-year contract or
Mhm.
3-year contract. So and in that way, with those kind of mechanisms, we can reach agreements and better deals for both of us. All right, for both parts. So yeah, I mean, we've learned that those kind of things during all these negotiations. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But yeah, that's that's it.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate your time. That would be all, at least for now. I really appreciate your time and thank you for answering all our questions in this manner. And yeah, anything else that you would like to add? If any final comments?
Well, Josue and Sandra, good luck with your final project. Let me know how you did. All right, and nothing. Uh, uh, any time you want to talk, I'm here for you guys. All right.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. That would be all.
Thank you, Josue.